Hi everyone, I'm Geetanjali Prasad Chhabria. Welcome to yet another episode of our special show on Smart Cities India project. This time around, we're going to touch upon some of the more crucial aspects of making a smart city smart, like urban planning, sustainability and the business side of it. But first, let's begin with a quick recap of what a smart city is all about. The Modi government's 100 Smart Cities project is finally set to see the light of the day, with the cabinet approving rupees 48,000 crore for its development. 100 crore will be allocated to each city per year for the next 5 years. Because our metros are expanding at an exponential rate, there'll come a point when they won't be livable anymore. Therefore, the urgent need of new smart cities.
हमारे देश में करीब 500 शहर, ज्यादातर गांव से रोजी रोटी कमाने के लिए लोग आते ही चले जा रहे हैं। बहुत तेजी से हमारा अर्बनाइजेशन हो रहा है। अच्छा होता आज से 25-30 साल पहले हमने अर्बनाइजेशन को एक अपॉर्चुनिटी समझा होता, अर्बनाइजेशन को एक अवसर माना होता। छोटी जगह में थिकली पॉपुलेटेड लोग एक प्रकार से देश की इकोनॉमी के ड्राइविंग फोर्स होते हैं। उस शक्ति को हमने पहचाना होता और हमारे अर्बन ग्रोथ इंजन के रूप में हमारी विकास यात्रा में उसकी भूमिका को हमने जाना होता और उसके प्रकार से उसको ताकत दी होती, तो हम भी आज दुनिया के उन समृद्ध और प्रगतिशील शहरों के बराबरी कर पाए होते। लेकिन देर आए दुरुस्त आए।
There is no dictionary definition to smart cities. What comes to mind when you hear the term is a utopian urban landscape which is environment friendly, green, safe, secure, has job opportunities, waste and disaster management, and easy accessibility to public transport, clean water and amenities like school and hospitals, and is technologically superior. The agenda is to empower the citizens in the decision making of their smart city to run smart. In simple words of a Prime Minister, smart cities are those that are able to attract investments. There are two kinds of smart cities. One, Greenfield project, which is development of new smart cities like GIFT, that is Gujarat International Financial Tech, spread across 886 acres and which is being developed as a financial center. Second is the Brownfield project, like the Dholera Special Investment Region, spread across 903 square kilometers, which is being developed as a large industrial area. Envisioned as a manufacturing hub, the city is expected to house 2 million people when it's completed in 2040. Let me surprise you with some important statistics. It is projected that urban India will contribute nearly 75% of the national GDP in the next 15 years. Cities therefore are indispensable catalysts in economic growth. और इसीलिए हमें ज़रूरत है smart cities की जो एक विशाल दर्जे पर urbanization का जिम्मा उठा सके. Here's a look at the proposed urban planning of the 100 Smart Cities project. Smart City framework will work with different verticals of the public-private partnership, the root of which will be strong municipalities which will have the resources to develop all types of infrastructure.
We think municipal financing is critical. The amendments of the constitution now allow urban local bodies to raise funds. So one of the propositions we've been thinking is municipalities should go towards credit ratings, should aspire for ratings. In the meantime, banks can give loans to municipals which could be escrowed. These are SEBI norms that are coming up. And from the escrows, they could be used for specific projects for the municipalities. And then we could offer a put option. If the municipality improves its rating in 3 years, they could refinance the loan with the municipal bond. That will just create the capital markets needed for municipal financing in India.
The larger agenda is of creating industrial corridors between India's big metropolitan cities. These include the Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor, the Chennai-Bangalore Industrial Corridor, and the Bangalore-Mumbai Economic Corridor. The plan is to recreate many industrial and commercial centers. The DMIC, which is spread across 6 states, seeks to create 7 new smart cities in its first phase. Strategic partnerships with technology firms IBM and Cisco are instrumental in the development of smart cities. IBM prepared the Integrated Communication Technology Master Plan for Dighi Port Industrial Area in the DMIC that also provides for the establishment of an Intelligent Operations Center which uses IBM's Smart Cities software to integrate data from various agencies at one command center. Meanwhile, Cisco has already prepared the ICT Master Plan of 4 smart cities under the DMIC project: Dholera in Gujarat, Chandra in Maharashtra, Manesar in Haryana, and Khushkera in Rajasthan. In Bangalore, Cisco is converting a 5 square kilometer area around Electronic City, the IT hub in the city's peripheries, into a smart city. Cisco has partnered with the Electronic City Industrial Association to establish the Internet of Things Innovation Hub that would help companies develop software applications that will be deployed in the 100 smart cities. To start with, it will improve street lighting in Bangalore. Cisco aims to leverage the experiments it carries out in the Living Lab in Electronic City for its project in other smart cities. In the words of the Union Urban Development Minister M. Venkaiah Naidu, an enabled physical, social, economic and institutional infrastructure is a must for the success of the upcoming Smart Cities project in India. Our PM Modi very simply defined smart cities as those that are investor friendly and that are ideal for a business to flourish, that will in turn create a lot of job opportunities. और इस project में ना सिर्फ Indian private companies के साथ साझेदारी की जा रही है, but a lot of countries like those in the UK, UAE, Singapore, Japan are also coming forward to join hands in this Indian Smart Cities project. Among all aspects, perhaps the most crucial one is to have money flowing in from private players and foreign investments. Needless to mention, a financially sound city will make sure there are ample job opportunities for its residents, thereby helping them generate income in their own city and not having to seek jobs outside. This will further attract more investments and lucrative real estate development. Smart cities are therefore focused at providing foreign investors a glitch-free space to operate easily unaffected by politics.
In India, it is just starting, and we are not yet registered the first REIT, but we are in the process. We may see an REIT in the next year. There are teething problems of taxation and incentivization of the investor who will be investing in the REIT. In the Indian context, the MAT or minimum alternate tax and dividend distribution tax, these are two major issues in the Indian context, which is holding back the REITs in India. Having said that, REITs are a welcome step because they will infuse the much needed capital in the real estate market.
Whenever there is a new concept which comes in, the tax law should be aligned to the new concept, and it should be a facilitator for the industries rather than being a sort of a barrier for them to do business in India. For example, when we notice the e-commerce sector, which really grew up in a big manner, they are still grappling with the tax issues in India. So we would like to suggest that for smart cities, the government should give incentives for promotion and incentivizing all the stakeholders so that they focus more on developing of smart cities rather than tax issues and going for litigation.
An Abu Dhabi-based real estate company Tasweek has formed a strategic partnership with an Indian construction firm MAMS Holdings Group to establish smart city projects in India, focusing on providing affordable living to the UP locals. Japan is helping India develop its smart cities by investing $4.5 billion in the first phase of the DMIC project through lending from the Japan International Cooperation Agency. GICA has also taken up master planning for 3 smart cities: Poneri in Tamil Nadu, Krishnapatnam in Andhra Pradesh, and Kumkur in Karnataka in the Chennai-Bangalore Industrial Corridor. The UK is collaborating with India for developing the Bangalore-Mumbai Economic Corridor project with the help of private companies from Britain. India has also signed an agreement with Singapore to use its expertise in smart cities and urban planning. Many of the proposed smart cities are either being designated as special economic zones or will house SEZs in them, which are geographical enclaves with many exemptions from the regular tax laws, customs and excise duties and labour laws to ease the entry of large foreign investments into such projects with a single window clearance system. स्मार्ट सिटीज़ को स्मार्ट बनाने के लिए ज़रूरी है कि वो पीपल फ्रेंडली हों, जहां साफ स्वच्छ हवा मिले, अ ग्रीन हेल्दी एनवायरनमेंट, और इसके लिए कॉन्सेप्ट्स लाइक सोलर पैनल एंड सोलर व्हीकल्स आर बीइंग इनकॉर्पोरेटेड. हियर्स अ लुक एट द क्लाइमेट रेजिलियंस एंड सस्टेनेबिलिटी प्लान फॉर स्मार्ट सिटीज़. Metropolises are grappling with the problem of extreme weather conditions that are bringing even the best planned cities to their knees and ravaging economies. For instance, the 2013 floods in Manila shaved 2.3% of Philippines' gross domestic product, while the 2011 floods in Bangkok caused Thailand's fourth quarter GDP figures that year to contract by 9%. In India, calamities in the past such as the Mumbai floods in 2005 and the recent disaster in Srinagar and further risk from floods is only bound to increase exponentially.
So it's very, very important that if you design any structure, it should be as per the BIS norms or Bureau of Indian Standard norms, and codes are very clear. There is no doubt about it. They were there during the Bhuj earthquake also, but many designers were not aware even that there are codes like that existing. That was a sad case. And another major reason of many structures collapsing in Bhuj and Kutch and all those places was the contractors were not civil engineers. They were either masons or common people who did not know a C of civil engineering. So they messed it up.
As India sets to join the Global Smart City Club, it needs to be climate resilient and have an uninterrupted economic growth too, by galvanizing the state governments into action, which must spur the respective local municipalities to work on strategies that can minimize casualties and devastation of property caused by natural disasters. These strategies must address basic civic infrastructure issues by setting up better sewage and drainage systems that actually work well during the monsoons in order to prevent waterlogging and flooding. In addition, it is crucial to curb the increasing rate of river flooding, which can be achieved by conserving riverbanks, discouraging sand mining, and undertaking riverbed dredging on regular basis. With burgeoning population in cities, resources are depleting at an equal pace. Therefore, renewable energy ideas like green buildings powered with solar panels and water treatment and drainage system are essential. Plus, solar vehicles too form a vital low-carbon concept. It's time for a short break now, but don't go anywhere because there's lots coming up on the other side.
A thought leader in energy, water and climate change policies and implementation for urban, national and international sustainable development. The man behind US Department of Energy's US-India-China Cities Partnership, a technical advisor on low-carbon urban growth strategies and eco-city planning and development. He has developed energy, water, climate change systems analysis framework for cities and is the lead author of US Global Change Research Program's first ever assessment of the effects on climate change on energy production and use in the United States. Meet Vatsal Bhatt, Director of Cities and Neighborhood Developments, US Green Building Council.
We are talking about smart cities only as business and investment opportunity. So, is there any other aspect to it that we, that people are not talking about?
Yes, it's more than business and opportunity because it's overall people's development. Making our cities smarter is, as we talked a minute ago, making it more sustainable for our future generations and all. So it's investments, technology is part of it, but it needs to be people-centric. It needs to be focused on what we want and how can we do it, rather than only from the finance and technology point of view. Yes, finance and technology are integral part of it. If we don't have that, cities are not going to become smarter or not going to go from here to here. So yes, they are definitely part of it, but there are other parts of it as well.
As we all know, our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, is trying to achieve the Housing for All dream by 2022. And also the Smart City project is his pet project. So do you think making smart cities will help us achieve the Housing for All dream?
Housing is an integral part of these discussions. Many of the cities have housing as 30-40% of the entire economy in terms of water consumption, in terms of waste generated, in terms of energy consumed. In New York City, I know buildings make 70% of energy consumed. In all of our cities, housing are going to be and is a kind of key aspect of cities development. So the goal of Housing for All by 2022 is a very ambitious goal, but I'm sure we all are looking forward to having that goal achieved, because we all want at least livable house for all of us, and I'm sure we want all of our fellow citizens to have similar level of livable house at the level that they are expecting. So we wish and we all should strive towards having that Housing for All goal achieved as soon as possible. And with housing, obviously these other infrastructure services are also integrally integrated, like energy, water, telecommunication, waste disposal, public health and safety, all are very integral part of it.
So what role can urban design play in smart cities?
Well, good question, but let me try to expand that question. Urban design is in two ways. One is whatever is the existing design, and then whatever we are designing for expansion. But with this design, urban planning also makes a big part of it. Urban managers also become a big part of it. So I'm just trying to expand your definition of design and saying, well, with design we need planning, we need management, we need implementers and all. So these all become a big part of it. So if at all I consider that as a wider opportunity to link in various different aspects of urban development, then definitely we need to make that urban development interconnected as well as sustainable. And so urban design can finally feed into urban development that is sustainable. Now many people are talking about high density cities or low density cities that are good for them, and there are various aspects of it. So a city needs to debate whether a city wants to be a compact, high development city or city wants to be a spread out city. There are positives and negatives of it. And there are many a times perceived notions about whether this is good for me or not. So there is a lot that needs to go into it for a city to become the city that is aspired by their citizens. And design is just one of the instruments that's going to give citizens the city that they are looking for.
So my next question to you is, we are going the smarter way. So do you think in this process we need to forget, or we are forgetting, the ancient construction and design techniques?
Well, you have touched upon a very sensitive issue in terms of development process. So this is talking about a wider development process and what we aspire for. We are sitting in Gurgaon, and Gurgaon is a great example, and I would not say in a derogatory manner, but point is that we all learn over time. So we earlier had, say, homes and other buildings that were designed looking into this 44 Celsius outside, and the kind of wind patterns that we have, kind of rains that we have and all. Now the buildings that are built nowadays, especially these commercial buildings, they have all glass facades. And I'm not saying glass facades are bad, but point is the buildings need to be designed considering that if at all I have all these glass facades, then how can I make it consume less energy? Because all these glass facades are having a lot of sun rays coming in, and that really increases the inside temperature. But these sun rays going out would not take the heat out, so heat is trapped inside. And that's the same principle of greenhouse gas emissions trapping in the Earth's atmosphere, with the greenhouse gas emissions creating a whole shield like a glass around the Earth. So bringing that same idea back here, glass creates that kind of element with which the heat would not go back out, or not go back out as quickly as it came in. So where is the ventilation? How are we taking the heat out? With air conditioning. So air conditioning loads go up tremendously for all these big buildings which are having glass facades. So is it what we had previously? Did we used to use this much of air conditioning previously? So that's the kind of progression that we have made from there to here. Now with green buildings, we are again starting to talk about how buildings can start consuming less energy, less water and all. So it's a process of all of us doing something and then partially undoing parts of it. So this is the development process. And that is where we learn from probably some of our mistakes. And obviously then we bring in our old traditions and say, oh, well, they were useful. So we all learn from our mistakes, and we all learn in the process of development how do we do it, because none of us have a silver bullet. None of us know how precisely it needs to be done. So when you initially asked me about the definition of smart cities, I said you said exactly what's the definition. I said I don't have an exact definition of smart city because of the same reason. Because our definitions, our perceptions, our expectations keep on changing as we evolve into a new era.
So speaking with you has actually made me smarter. And thank you so much for coming on our show and sharing so much information about smart cities. And I think our viewers will become even smarter when they watch this episode.
No, I think it's all about growing together to achieve a next level of urban development.
Correct.
So we all are in that together, and it's a process of all of us evolving over time and learning from our we call it learning by doing.
Yeah. So thank you once again for coming on our show.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, by now I hope you are well informed and updated about the Smart Cities plan. पर Smart City को Smart City बनाए कैसे? सबसे अहम है Smart People. Smart are the people, smart are the city. That's all for now. Hope you enjoyed the show. Till we meet again. Goodbye.